Okay, here we go. Why am I so pale? Help me. A little better. Hey guys, it's Luna. This is the series that I am so excited to film. I don't know how long you guys have been here. If you're new, hi, I'm Luna. Last year, around January of 2020, I moved out with my mom to a new house. Remember, I did like house hunting vlogs, and then we chose this house. I live with my mom in this one. We split everything. I have the master bedroom because I film in my room. It's my workplace, has the best light, and it's a great house. I absolutely love it. But the pandemic hit. My brother came home and lived with us through the pandemic. My sister lived with us for a little bit. I figured out that living with family is not for me at this age in my life. I'm not trying to be passive at all, but I never really got that college experience either of moving out, and so I understand now that I need to move out on my own. I do rely on my mom for a lot of things, and I want to be able to take care of myself. I saw these types of videos. I saw Best Dressed do these videos. I think my family did one of these. You guys are gonna apartment hunt with me. I'm gonna tell you all the prices, all the areas in LA. Find and look at apartments. It's been the most fun process ever, so I want to share that with you guys, show you which one I picked, because I did pick a place. Okay, so I'm gonna preface a little bit on the whole LA house hunting scene. I grew up not in LA. I grew up in the Valley. I actually grew up in Calabasas. I know a lot of you guys know like the Kardashians, all the celebrities live in Hidden Hills, which is in Calabasas. It's very much suburbia out here. It's very protected, but it's also about like, I would say from Calabasas, it's about like a 40-minute drive to LA, depending on where you're going. As you go more towards LA, the 101 freeway, right? You're here, we're in Calabasas. You take the 101, you get more into the Valley. That's more like Encino, Sherman Oaks, Studio City, North Hollywood. That's all over there. And then if you're going towards the ocean, you get to West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, obviously over there. So let's talk areas. We have the most popular, which is West Hollywood. That's where, you know, it's influencer central in West Hollywood. And you know, a lot of people live there. If you're going into LA, most of the time you're going to West Hollywood just because everything's over there. West Hollywood is a great place to live, and definitely like the most expensive place to move to in LA other than Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is right next to West Hollywood. It's a little bit calmer, you know, there's more like big houses, kind of an older community, I would say, in Beverly Hills. I saw a bunch of apartments in Beverly Hills that I'll show you guys, but so calm and nice there. Then you go into Santa Monica, Venice, Brentwood areas. I didn't even look over there just because it's so far away from everything and prices are insane over there. Amazing community in Santa Monica if you want more of a beachy vibe. Oh, I didn't even look over there, but Brentwood's pretty cute. Then you have North Hollywood, Sherman Oaks, Encino. That's all the Valley. There's so many different types of life. I'd say in Encino, it's like that's where most of like the celebrity YouTubers, they all live in these big houses in Encino, and there's just kind of a big mix. Studio City is super cute, Valley Village, very neighborhoody. Other than that, we have more downtown, which I didn't even look again. You can get really cool places downtown for your money, but again, I have a dog. I would be scared to walk my dog at night. And then we have more like Silver Lake, Echo Park, Highland Park, which my sister lives over there, and it's very artsy, very cool people live there, but also not the safest in my opinion. Not somewhere that I need to be, although you can find nice places and it's very up and coming over there. All together, you guys are gonna be shocked at the rent prices that I even described to you, I'm sure, just because LA is the top. Other thing you have to remember is LA, part of your rent is you're paying for the nice weather. That's why you live in California. You gotta keep that in mind. Also keep in mind, I am paying not only for living spaces, but also for like an office. This is where I do all my work. Basically, there are two apps that I used. There is Zillow, which I'm sure most of you guys know about, and there's also Trulia. So I just kind of switched between those two. You can also go through, you know, a real estate agent or broker. I would say and recommend if you're looking to move out in LA, you should start looking for a place around a month and a half before you want to move. I kind of did a little bit of reading up. They said that the best times to move out in LA would be around November, October, November, December. Those are the best times. They said the worst is like June and like the summer months. As for me and my preferences, I had two options. Mainly was looking for a 2-bedroom because I want an office and I want like a filming room. I found like for mental health reasons, having my room be the place where I film and work, you don't separate your personal life where you rest, where you relax, with where you work. Like it's all one place for me, and I kind of wanted it to be separate. I was looking at 3 bedrooms as well with potential for a roommate roommate, even though again I'm not someone who wants a roommate. I just know like if you bother me at all, if you like leave food out, if you so much as bring people over late at night, like I would freak out. So I'm just not a roommate compatible person. If it meant like a nicer environment or a nicer place for filming, then you know, maybe a roommate was in question. And my max that I would pay would be $4,000 a month. Most importantly, I'm looking for natural light. You do not want north facing windows. South facing is the best. It needs to be aesthetically pleasing for me in my videos, you know. I want my furniture to look good in there. And then another thing that I have to worry about when looking at places is electric vehicle charging. Because I have a Tesla, I have to have a place to either get it installed or it is installed already. I'm just gonna hop right in. Hopefully that gave you a good little overview of LA in my opinion. We're gonna fart. We're gonna start with the first home that I saw. This was in Beverly Hills. It was an apartment. You walk up these stairs and it was just the like epitome of just the nicest little Beverly Hills apartment. I actually saw this back in December, which I knew I didn't have to move out till May, but I was just having fun on Zillow. The living room was adorable. The whole entire vibe of the house was so cute. Little corners and little rooms, like it was like a little maze. I loved it. So there's 3 bedrooms. The master and the second bedroom shared a bathroom, which was kind of weird to me, and the 3rd bedroom was just very small, and this place was very expensive, so I would need a roommate for this place, which I hadn't even found. This house was a whopping $6,000 a month. You know, I do what I do. I put my Zillow price range a little higher just because I want to see the nice places, and then I get my hopes up and my expectations high. As for Beverly Hills, and that area was just the nicest, cutest street. I really loved this apartment, you guys. That living room was... That is apartment number 1. The next place we saw is this little townhome, North Hollywood. It was brand new. It was all renovated. It was a townhome, which I really liked. So you enter straight from the street. It was 3 stories. So you walk up the stairs. The living room I felt like was a little bit small. I don't really know how I would lay that out. If I have friends over, how would they sit? Like you can't really fit a sofa and a dining table. The kitchen was so nice, like so nice, so renovated. There was even a bathroom downstairs, which was kind of rare because this was a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. You walk upstairs and the light on the top floor was just so nice. So many windows. They were south facing, which is, you know, where you get the most light all day. So the first bedroom, so nice, and directly near the stairs. So it was kind of separate from where the other 2 bedrooms were. So if I were to have a roommate, it would be pretty separate. That's the one thing about this place, is each bedroom had its own bathroom, which is amazing for roommates. So that's, I guess, the 3rd bedroom. And then you walk and there's the 2nd bedroom, which again had its own bathroom that was so nice. And so that bedroom I would essentially use as my office, and then the roommate would move to the first one I showed. The master was really nice. It was pretty big, good closet space. It had a little balcony, but the balcony was north facing, so it wouldn't get direct sunlight ever. I would need a roommate, which I don't want, and I had no one in mind. The price of this place was $4,000 a month, but they were offering the last month free. For the place that it is actually good. It's a good price, especially if you have a roommate. I loved it. I even posted on my Instagram. Okay, so the next place I saw was also in North Hollywood. It was kind of a townhome, I guess you could say. I loved the area, except this one was very close to the freeway. Could be an issue with filming and noise. This place was very, very modern, and it was a cool place. It had like a bunch of levels. It was very separate. You walk upstairs and then you have like the living situation, a really nice kitchen, and then you walk up and then there's the first level of rooms, which the ceilings were really, really high, which I thought made it seem really big. So this was 3-bed, 2.5 bath. So the master was the only thing on the top, which I kind of liked, especially if I were to have roommates. It makes sense, and it would be super separate, which I like. Cons, again, for this place would be that I would need a roommate. And the biggest con about this place was all of the windows were north facing. So that was the North Hollywood one, and this one was $4,200 a month. After that day, I decided to go back and look in Beverly Hills. This place looked super cute on the photos. It was a weird vibe though. You walked in and it was kind of like, I would describe it kind of like a motel. It's a really cute place as your first like little move in. It was very small. The windows, I love the windows. It had character, but everything seemed very run down, and again, very, very small and tiny. This place was 2-bed, 1 bath, so it would only be me living there. It was very cute. The light was okay. It wasn't the greatest. The worst part was the air conditioning was in the window, which I really wanted central air. The biggest thing with any place is when I walk in, I want a good vibe, and I kind of can feel that, you know, and my intuition was like, oh. This place was $3,000 a month, which is a good price for Beverly Hills, and it was a cute apartment. I'm gonna give it to them. Like, after I saw that, I decided to go back to the Valley to look just because I wanted more space. So I wanted to try and look in Sherman Oaks, which again is the Valley. It's basically right where the 101 meets the 405 freeway, so it's kind of central to everything. I went to this one street that's, I guess, one of the most popular streets, and I saw this apartment that looked super cute on Zillow. Very weird building. It kind of almost felt like a hotel, but not in like a good way. It was actually really cute, like the living room, and I love this little nook area. I always want like a little breakfast nook. I look for stuff like that. The terrace had like this turf. I'll never understand. I'll never understand people that do that. The view was just like this roof. It was a very ugly view. The kitchen was pretty run down, and then the bathrooms were super dark and run down as well. Barely any light. The master was really, really big though, which was nice. So a lot of my stuff would fit there, but again, light was an issue. The bathroom, I don't know. I'm someone who wants to step into a bathroom in the morning and feel good and comfortable. And this place went for $3,195, which is good for a 2-bedroom. But again, this area, like Sherman Oaks, there was no street parking. So if I wanted to invite friends over, it'd be very difficult. The next house I saw was so cute. This place was 2-bed, 2-bath, and it was just like a standalone little house cottage. This was in North Hollywood, so we went back to North Hollywood again. And it was so cute, like the beams. It had a lot of character in the living room, but the whole place was very, very tiny. Like the living room and kitchen situation wouldn't be an issue, I guess. This place had all new showers in like the aesthetic that I love, which is very modern industrial farmhouse vibe. But the rooms were tiny and the light was not very good at all for filming. All the windows were north facing. I really did love this house though. It was so cute. This place was $2,999, which is a really good price, especially for a house. Like that's a good price and in my price range. So after that house, I stopped at a little open house that I saw on Zillow. This house was in the Valley, and this was a standalone house as well, and this was 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I loved this place. This had so much light. The kitchen was so nice. This place had character for sure. Like everything was painted white, very aesthetically pleasing. The only thing was, you know, the bedrooms and the bath. So there was a second bedroom that would be my office. The floors pretty creaky. Like I noticed in the corner that there's like kind of a dark spot on the floor, which isn't really a good sign. And the bathrooms, like they were new, but they weren't nice. It felt a little bit run down. Like I would be a little bit scared of things breaking. The master was super cute because there was this little nook that you could either like put a beanbag or like a vanity or something. It was like okay sizing. I don't know if this bed would fit there. The closet space, not so much closet space at all. Me and my mom went to go view it, and then they're like, yeah, actually there's a back unit here that's also going up for rent starting next month. That's 2-bedroom, 1-bath. That's gonna be rented out too, and it shared a driveway and a courtyard. So it's like, do I want to live with someone random? Keep in mind, my mom does have to move out of this house as well, and that could be potential for her to live in that back house, me to the front one, which I thought was a really cool idea. The monthly rent for this place was $3,600, which is, you know, a lot on my own. So again, I'd have to see if that was worth it. There was a lemon tree, which is a probe. I really did love the vibe of this house, and it would be cool for my mom to live, you know, in the back house, so kind of pricey. And then we come to the last place I saw, which was in Beverly Hills. This place was super cute on Zillow, so I was like, I'm gonna go see it. This place was super, super cozy, super cottagey. Beverly Hills, very cute. I loved the living room so much. Then you would put like a dining room, that little dining table, those little arches. Like I love the arches. The kitchen was very, you know, small and kind of old. So were the bathrooms in my opinion, but my favorite thing was in that hallway. There's like a little archway. I loved that. And the bedrooms were pretty small, not the best light ever. The bathroom just felt pretty small and crammed and kind of run down to me. There was no laundry in unit. I'd have to get that, and like the space for it was kind of weird and small. And then there was actually a garage, a separate garage for your car that I would have to figure out getting electric vehicle charging installed there. This place was 2-bed, 1-bath, and it went for $2,945 a month, which is a good price for Beverly Hills. Again, I love the area of Beverly Hills that this place was in. And that was the last place I saw. I know prices in LA are absolutely absurd, but again, you're paying for the weather, you're paying for your area and safety, and for me especially, I'm paying for my workplace. I did have to factor in multiple things price-wise, how that would all work out, if I wanted a roommate or not, and it took a long time, and it took a lot of decision making to come to the decision that I did make. I tried to describe all of them just now, not trying to favor or be biased towards the one that I chose. I don't know if you guys already guessed. Those were all the places that I saw, and drum roll please, I decided to choose the